Hey everyone, it's me, Jay. Welcome back to our channel. Are you guys ready for an awesome adventure? Today, we're going to do something super cool. We're going to jump into my amazing time machine and travel back to explore some of the most surprising and fun secrets from history. And guess what? All of these amazing things happened on the same day, November 29th. How cool is that? We're going to see bright lights, discover ancient treasure, and even play the world's very first video game. It's going to be so much fun. Get ready to discover some fun and surprising secrets from history that all happened on November 29th. We're talking about famous inventors, incredible authors, and even a discovery that amazed the entire world. It's like a giant history mystery box, and we get to open it together. I've got my explorer hat on, and my magnifying glass is ready. Are you ready to become a history detective with me? We're going to learn so many new things and see how events from way back then still make our world awesome today. So buckle up your seatbelts, everyone. Let's jump into our time machine and explore. The dials are set, the lights are flashing, and we're ready for takeoff. First stop, a time when streets were dark and spooky at night until one super smart inventor had a bright idea. Here we go. Whoosh! Let the history adventure begin. This is going to be the best trip ever. Wow, look at this. We've landed in the year 1880. It's a little dark here, isn't it? Back then, when the sun went down, people used candles or gas lamps, which weren't very bright and could be a little stinky. But on this very day, November 29th, an amazing inventor named Thomas Edison did something incredible. He was working on a new invention called the electric light bulb. He had been trying for a super long time to make it work just right, doing thousands of experiments. Can you imagine trying something thousands of times? That's some serious dedication. He decided to show everyone just how powerful his invention was. He didn't just light up one bulb in his lab. No way. He lit up an entire street in a place called Menlo Park, New Jersey, right where his famous laboratory was. Imagine walking down your street at night and suddenly, bam! The whole place lights up with a bright, steady glow for the very first time. People were amazed. It must have looked like pure magic to them. They had never seen anything like it before. It was brighter and safer than any flame. This one event changed everything. It was the beginning of lighting up the whole world. Because of Thomas Edison's bright idea on November 29th, we now have lights in our houses, at our schools, and all over our cities. We can read books at night, play games inside, and feel safe when it's dark outside. It all started with one man, one special day, and a whole street full of amazing, glowing light bulbs. How awesome is that? What a powerful idea. Okay, time machine, let's go to our next stop. Whoosh! Here we are in 1947. This is a very important time in history. We're at a huge meeting with leaders from all over the world. This place is called the United Nations. The United Nations is like a super team of countries that work together to solve big problems and help keep peace in the world. On this day, November 29th, they had a really big decision to make. It was about a land called Palestine, a place that is very special to many different groups of people. The leaders talked and discussed for a long time. They had to be very careful because their decision would change the lives of many people. After all the talking, it was time to vote. Everyone was holding their breath. The vote was to partition Palestine, which means to divide it into two parts, one part for Arabs and one part for Jewish people, with a special zone for the city of Jerusalem. Country by country, they cast their votes. Finally, the results were in. The United Nations voted yes. This vote was a huge moment in world history. It led to the creation of the country of Israel the very next year. This decision shaped the world as we know it today, and is a super important part of history that people still talk and learn about. It shows how countries can come together to make huge decisions that affect the whole planet. It's a reminder that working together is important, even when the problems are really big. Okay, on to our next adventure. Let's set the time machine way back. Whoosh! We've arrived in 1832. Happy birthday to Louisa May Alcott. On this day, November 29th, a very special author was born. Maybe you've heard of her? She wrote one of the most famous and beloved books of all time called Little Women. It's a story about four sisters, Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy March, and their adventures growing up. It's full of fun, laughter, sad moments, and lots of love. Louisa was a lot like the character Jo from her book. Jo was a writer who was brave, smart, and wasn't afraid to be herself. Louisa loved to write stories ever since she was a little girl. She would create plays for her and her sisters to act out, making costumes and writing all the lines. She used her own life and her own experiences with her family to write Little Women, which is probably why the story feels so real and why so many people, even today, love reading it and watching movies about it. Her stories have inspired so many kids, especially girls, to follow their dreams, whether it's to be a writer, an artist, or anything they want to be. She showed that your own life and your own family can be the source of the most wonderful stories. So every time you see the book Little Women, you can remember that its amazing author, Louisa May Alcott, was born on this very day, November 29th. What a great day for storytelling. Let's see what's next. Get your game faces on, everyone. We're zooming forward to 1972. Whoosh, look at that. It's a big, boxy machine with a screen and 2 dials. What could it be? On November 29th, 1972, a company called Atari released the very first super popular arcade video game. Its name was Pong. Pong was a really simple game. It was like electronic table tennis. There was a little white dot that bounced back and forth across the screen, and each player controlled a paddle, a little white line to hit it back. Beep, boop, beep. When Pong first came out in arcades and bars, people went crazy for it. They had never seen anything like it. Before Pong, games were things like pinball machines. But this was different. You could control the action on a TV screen. It was so popular that the machines would sometimes break because they were jammed with too many quarters from people wanting to play. Can you imagine a game being so fun that it breaks the machine? That's how the video game revolution started. Pong is like the great-great-great-grandpa of all the video games we play today, from Mario to Minecraft to Fortnite. It showed everyone how much fun it could be to play games on a screen. Even though it looks super simple with just lines and a dot, it was a giant leap for fun and technology. So next time you pick up your controller or tap on a screen to play a game, remember Pong, the game that started it all on November 29th. Okay everyone, for our last stop, we're heading to the sandy deserts of Egypt in the year 1922. Whoosh, we're here at a very exciting archaeological dig in a place called the Valley of the Kings. An explorer named Howard Carter had just found a hidden staircase leading down into the ground. He had a feeling it led to something amazing, the tomb of a pharaoh named Tutankhamun, or King Tut. On November 29th, they were finally ready to see what was inside a sealed room. Howard Carter, along with his friend Lord Carnarvon, made a tiny hole in the doorway. It was dark inside. He held up a candle and peered in. Lord Carnarvon asked him, "Can you see anything?" And Howard Carter said the famous words, "Yes, wonderful things." Inside, the room was filled with treasure that had been hidden for over 3,000 years. There were golden chariots, shiny jewels, strange animal statues, and furniture covered in gold. It was like stepping into a real-life treasure chest. This discovery was incredible. It taught us so much about ancient Egypt and what life was like for the pharaohs. King Tut's tomb was so special because it was almost completely untouched by robbers. We got to see all the amazing things he was buried with. The most famous treasure of all was his solid gold funeral mask, which is one of the most famous objects in the entire world. Finding this tomb on November 29th was one of the biggest discoveries ever, and it made everyone super excited about history and ancient Egypt. Wow, what an incredible journey through time. From the first electric streetlights with Thomas Edison, to the huge world decision at the United Nations, to the birthday of the amazing author of Little Women, Louisa May Alcott. Then we jumped forward to play the world's first big video game, Pong, and finished by discovering the glittering golden treasure in King Tut's tomb. November 29th is packed with so many different and amazing historical moments. It just shows you that every single day has a story to tell. Thanks for traveling through time with us. I had so much fun being a history detective with all of you. It's so cool to see how things that happened a long, long time ago still affect us today, from the lights in our room to the games we play. History is all around us, and it's full of surprises and awesome adventures just waiting to be discovered. I can't wait for our next trip in the time machine. Where should we go next? Which November 29th secret was your favorite? Was it the bright lights, the ancient treasure, or maybe the beeps and boops of Pong? Let me know in the comments below. I love reading what you guys think. And hey, if you had fun today, don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome history adventures. We'll see you next time for another super fun video. Bye everyone.